بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وقال إني ذاهب إلى ربي سيهدين. This is a continuation of my previous discussions regarding the journey of beloved Prophet Ibrāhīm alayhi salatu wasalam. When we look at the life of Ibrāhīm, we often remember his great sacrifices, leaving his homeland, being thrown into the fire, and the command to sacrifice of his son. But one of the most profound sacrifices he made is often overlooked: the sacrifice of his own comfort, companionship, and belonging. He willingly embraced a life of loneliness for the sake of Almighty Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And through that loneliness, he reached a level of spiritual closeness that few human beings have ever tasted. As Quran describes that Ibrāhīm lived in a society drowning in idol worship, superstition, and blind imitation. His heart could not accept falsehood even if the entire world embraced it. And so he stood alone, not because he wanted to be alone, but because truth often isolates those who carry it. His loneliness was not a small burden. He was rejected by his own father, his own community, and the leaders threatened him. Yet Ibrāhīm did not shake. He stood just a rock on his principles. He did not soften his message to gain acceptance. He did not compromise his principles to avoid isolation. He chose Allah over everyone else, even when it meant walking a path with no human companion beside him. The question is why he did not compromise, why he makes such sacrifices. Its answer may be because he trusted that Allah's companionship is greater than the companionship of an entire world. When the world turned its back on him, he turned his face to the heavens and said, "Indeed, I am going to my Lord, and he will guide me." It may be because prophets are not sent to follow the society's superstitions, blindness. No, they are sent to reform their societies. And the transformation often begins with one person standing firm with everyone else while everyone else standing against him. His loneliness was not a sign of weakness, it was a sign of integrity. It was the price of carrying a message that challenged the foundations of his society. And Allah honored that sacrifice in a way that echoes through history. The man who once stood alone became the father of prophets, the spiritual leader of billions. Especially the three monolithic religions, Islam, Christianity, and Judaism. All three religions accept him as their leader and forefather. And the one whom Allah called Khalilullah, the intimate friend of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. His story teaches us something timeless. Sometimes Allah removes people from your life so He can fill your heart with Himself. Sometimes He isolates you so He can elevate you. Sometimes He makes you stand alone so you can learn to stand with Him. Ibrāhīm ﷺ's loneliness was not the end of his journey. It was the beginning of his closeness to Allah, and through that sacrifice he became a symbol of courage, purity, and unwavering faith for all generations to come. Now, when we are going to sacrifice our sheep and other animals to commemorate the day of the Prophet Ibrāhīm ﷺ's sacrifice of his son, we need to learn that how we can follow the footsteps of the Prophet Ibrāhīm as described in the Quran. Jazakumullahu khair, ahsan al jaza.